So, if you're in tech support or operations, you definitely know the feeling. Your Slack channels are just this constant fire hose of automated alerts, and let's be honest, most of it is just noise. But what if you could turn those noisy messages that everyone ignores into clean, interactive, and genuinely helpful tools? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today, using Slack's Block Kit. And here it is, the perfect example of the problem we're solving. On the left, you've got that classic alert, a messy wall of text that just makes your eyes glaze over. It's tough to read and way too easy to just scroll past. But on the right, that's a Block Kit message. See how it's structured? It uses visuals to pull your eyes to what's important. And this is the best part, it has buttons so you can take action right away. This is how we go from noise to signal. All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll quickly talk about why plain old text just doesn't cut it. Then we're going to dissect a Block Kit message to see how it's built, add some interactive magic, figure out how to actually send it, and then wrap it all up with a real-world example from start to finish. So let's kick things off by really digging into the problem. When every single alert looks exactly the same, our brains just, well, they learn to tune them out. It's a real thing called alert fatigue, and it's a productivity nightmare. Super important stuff gets missed because it's buried in a sea of low-priority junk. Block Kit was literally designed to fix this. And this is the core idea you've got to get. Slack isn't just a chat app anymore. With Block Kit, it becomes an interactive canvas for getting work done. It gives us a whole UI framework, basically a bunch of professionally designed components that lets us build what are pretty much mini apps right inside of a message.
So how does this all work under the hood? Honestly, the best way to think about Block Kit is like playing with Legos. You're not just writing a boring paragraph, you're stacking different types of blocks together to create a layout that's super clear and easy to understand.
At its heart, Block Kit is really just JSON. Now, hold on, don't let that word scare you. JSON is just a simple, structured way to describe things. In our case, it's a set of instructions telling Slack, hey, put a big title here, then a dividing line, then a section of text, and, oh, stick a couple of buttons at the bottom. That's all it is.
And these right here are your fundamental building blocks. You'll use a header for your main title, nice and bold. The section block is your absolute workhorse. It's for your main text, and you can even tuck images or buttons inside it. The actions block is specifically for your interactive stuff. Context is for that extra little fine print info. And divider, well, it's a line. Simple, but so effective. Now, here's the best part. You don't have to be some kind of JSON wizard to do any of this. Slack gives us this incredible tool called the Block Kit Builder. It's a visual drag-and-drop playground. You build your message on the left, you see a live preview on the right, and then bam, it generates all the JSON code for you. You just copy and paste. It's amazing. Okay, this is where Block Kit goes from just making messages look pretty to actually building entire workflows. We're about to make our messages do things, turning them from passive notifications into active tools that actually make your job easier. And you have a whole toolbox to play with. Buttons are perfect for simple, quick actions. Select menus are great for letting a user pick from a list, like choosing an incident's severity. You can even use a modal, which is basically a pop-up form, to gather more detailed info without ever making someone leave Slack. Now, this slide right here is maybe the most important concept for making things interactive. It's the Action ID. Think of it as a unique nickname for every single button or menu. When somebody clicks it, Slack sends a message back to your system that says, hey, someone just clicked the button named Create Jira Ticket. It's how your app knows what to do next. And adding one in the Block Kit Builder is ridiculously easy. You grab an actions block to hold everything. Then you just drag a button element right into it. Give the button some text, like acknowledge, and then, most importantly, you give it that unique action ID, maybe something like ACK-Incident123. That's literally it. Okay, so we've designed this beautiful, interactive message. We've got our JSON ready to go. So how do we actually get it from our tool, like a monitoring system, into a real Slack channel? Let's check out the easiest way to do it. For a support engineer, the incoming webhook is going to be your best friend. It is essentially a special secret web address that Slack generates just for you, pointed at a specific channel. Anything you send to that URL, like our Block Kit JSON, gets instantly posted as a message. It's a secure, one-way bridge from your app straight into Slack. And setting one up takes, seriously, just a couple of minutes. You create a super simple Slack app. It doesn't even need any code. You just flick a switch to turn on incoming webhooks. You tell it which channel to post in, and Slack just hands you that URL. You copy it, and now your alerting system has its target.
So webhooks are perfect for sending messages in. But to build an app that actually listens for those button clicks and then responds to them, you'll want to check out Slack's Bolt framework. That's the key difference. The webhook gets the message there, but something like Bolt is what you need on the other end to catch that interaction and do something smart with it. All right, let's put all the pieces together. We're going to walk through a super common support scenario, from the initial messy alert all the way to a finished task, and see how BlockKit completely changes the game.
Here's how it plays out. First, an event. Grafana detects an issue. Second, your system fires off that slick BlockKit message to the webhook URL. Third, the message pops up in Slack with 2 crystal clear buttons. Fourth, the engineer, without ever leaving Slack, clicks Create Jira Ticket. And fifth, the backend system gets that signal, automatically creates the ticket, and then posts a confirmation link right back into the Slack thread. Beautiful.
So what's the real payoff here? Well, it's huge. Response times are way faster because the action is right there. Context switching gets crushed. No more juggling tabs between your monitoring tools, Slack, and Jira. It's just one click. And you get a perfect audit trail of who did what and when right there in the channel.
So now you've seen the power of turning simple notifications into these rich, interactive experiences. The only question left is, what's that first, noisy, inefficient workflow in your own job that you're going to transform? With BlockKit, all the tools are sitting right there, waiting for you.